Paradise is not worth it, but family is enough. And I'm not
Road. Have you ever wanted to drive somewhere that allows you to be in tune with nature? Then it might be time for a trip on the Atlantic Ocean Road. The Atlantic Road, which took 6 years to build in the early 1980s, is on the Norwegian coastline and offers a driving experience unlike anything you've possibly experienced before. When you're on the Atlantic Road, you'll feel like you're on a 22-mile roller coaster. There are curves, twists, turns, and unpredictable weather conditions that can throw a spanner in the mix when it comes to visibility. Want to get hit by a freak wave while you're basically driving in the ocean? And this is the road for you. It might be a dangerous road that makes you feel like you're mere inches away from death, but it's also an exhilarating one with 8 bridges and breathtaking views. If there's one thing that many people have learned the hard way, however, is that you should never drive on the Atlantic Ocean Road during lousy weather. It can end poorly for those behind the wheel.
I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. I love everything. Fire.
These are the most dangerous bridges in the world. Number 3, Plank Road in the Sky. The reason this one makes the list is because it's not even really considered a bridge. It's just a few wooden planks on the edge of Mount Hua in China. The planks are 7,000 feet up in the air and there was no arm or side rest to hold onto while you're walking. To walk across, you have to connect your harness to a rope and grab onto a chain while you go. And the most terrifying part is, if you run into someone going the other way, you have to unclip your harness and pass them before clipping it back on. Number 2, the Coiling Dragon Cliff Skywalk. Located on Tianmen Mountain in China, this thing is 4,600 feet up in the air and made entirely of glass. The walkway is only 5.2 feet wide and you have to look down at your potential death the entire time. Number 1, Ai Petri Bridge. Located above the highest mountains in Ukraine, this thing is built 4,200 feet above a deep canyon. The bridge receives tons of fog and wind every day and causes people to stumble and in some cases even fall into the canyon.
I've heard it all before. I know you've been knocking on my door, that's right. Every time I close my eyes, I seem to make the same mistake. It goes like, oh, 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 I was fine until you woke me up, woke me up. That melody, it kinda messed me up, messed me up. Oh, I was fine until I heard the song. It went like, ooh, I'm there, you stuck in my head. I'm there, you stuck in my head. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm there, you stuck in my head. I was just fine until you came and changed my mind. Alright, I guess you take your sweet time. You take whatever you please. You take whatever you need. Like, ooh, ooh. Oh, I was fine until you woke me up, woke me up. That melody, it kinda messed me up, messed me up. Oh, I was fine until I heard the song. It went like, ooh, I'm there, you stuck in my head. I'm there, you stuck in my head.
most dangerous roads in the world. Number 3, BR-116, Brazil. This road happens to be one of the longest in the country, going for almost 2,800 miles. Poor maintenance has led to many accidents over the years. However, the biggest concern for most drivers is the gang violence in roadside towns. Traveling in the dark is not preferred. Number 2, Karnali Highway, Nepal. This highway connecting major cities in Nepal has been in really poor conditions despite government promises to deal with it. Only 11 miles of the road are safe for drivers to drive on. The road happens to go through sides of cliffs, with rockfall and landslides being an issue. Number 1, Skipper's Canyon Road, New Zealand. This road is the only road in the country where insurance companies refuse to be held responsible if something goes wrong. The road is dreadfully narrow, and it's almost impossible for vehicles to cross parallel. The shaky bridge part and the cliff sides do not add much comfort.
With the 5-6, tinted windows when we slide stick. Glock for the Draco, no I'm round nigga with the slime. Shoot a nigga in his spine. Nigga snitch to cut time. 21, we the Fox 5 gang, niggas getting whacked.
Snitching on my facts. Back it up, back it up. 223 gon' make a nigga back it up. 21.
Since people wanna act stupid, I'm gonna talk about the top 5 most dangerous roads in the entire world, so keep watching. Number 5, we got the Atlantic Ocean Road, located in Norway. Now this road may look amazing, it connects to many islands, but looks are deceiving. You'll see next. As you can see, a bunch of the Atlantic Ocean water gets on the bridges and highways, which is very sad and unfortunate, and it makes it hard for cars to drive, causing them to slip. Slip off the road if you're not careful. Number 4, we have Highway 80 in Iraq. This road is dangerous because it's been through a bunch of wars and conflicts for decades, causing a bunch of cars to be on the road, beat up, and a bunch of people in the cars that are deceased in this road.
Purchase your tracks today.
Years. Nobody's able to clean it up. So if you drive on this road, you have nightmares. For number 3, we have Delay Passages del Lac. This is a very dangerous road that's located in France, and on low tide you can drive on it, but when it's a high tide like this, it's very dangerous. It takes you to the island of Ndamoshe. So if you're driving on this road, be careful. For number 2, we got the Road of Bones, which is very scary, and it can get very cold and very dangerous up here. The reason why they call it the Road of Bones is because they use people, in this picture for example, to build a road for a long time. They had no brakes, and they forced them to build this road,
Purchase your
causing many
tracks
people
today.
to die. And some people that died got buried underneath the road, and they couldn't build it. So if you're ever driving on this road, be very careful and don't get creeped out by all the bodies underneath. For number 1, we have the North Yonkers Road, which is about 4,800 meters high and 3 meters wide, which is a very bad ratio. But over 300 people have died on this road since 1994, which is very sad and unfortunate. Oh yeah,